Alright guys, what's going on? Brandon here. I'm going to do a watch list for June 6th. Coming up here Wednesday, tomorrow. First on the list here is going to be M. Obviously extremely extended. Had a huge off the 9, it recovered the 200 and then had just a ton of shorts cover. I feel like it squeezed it up pretty hard here. It's going to run into some resistance here, I think, in the 41 area. I think it's got a little bit of room if it does go a little bit higher. It does have to come back down. But this thing goes a little bit higher. I don't see it over 41 at all. I'd like to see it drop back down to this 38.30s level. That would be nice. So I'm going to be looking for a short on this tomorrow. See how the pre-market levels play out here, and this would be the goal. Profit take, I'd like to get it down to 38.30s for a short to cover. We're going to see how it does at highs here. I would expect it to roll over. This thing is extremely extended. So that's going to be number 1 on the watch list next to Tesla. Let's go over Tesla real quick. Had a huge sell-off day. Just got smashed. We had some really late news on Tesla at about 7:01 where Musk is saying that he's going to be able to hit this 5,000 a week Model 3 production goal. So we're going to be hopefully making this bullish pattern come up. We had a huge gap up here, so somebody knew something before 7:01, and so on and so forth. First resistance I have marked off here is about 295. As we're trending up here off of today's movement, off this trend line here, off lows, we're going to be moving towards this 295. I'd like to see it remount 295. Also get over this trend line we have right here as resistance from yesterday's lower high through our pre-market highs from yesterday. Let's see it remount that, and then we're going to hopefully bust through this 296 level. After that, this is a long-term resistance level we have charted off on the daily here for Tesla. So I'd like to see it break some of these highs and have a good run. It doesn't have a ton of resistance until 300 then. So I could definitely see going long on Tesla tomorrow and definitely getting 4 or 5 points out of this thing, as long as it doesn't go screaming past us in pre-market and we miss the trade. So hopefully Tesla will be on a long watch tomorrow. CMD, this was a swing trade idea that came through that ended up blowing through all the levels. We had checked out, kind of flirted around with the levels, almost looked like it was going to make some moves, then sold off. Well, in the last 2 days here, it did kind of make a base near this 101 area. It's coming into 2 long-term support levels that it just kind of looped and held, and now the resistance levels. So if we can get above, which we are right now, the 9 kind of cross right at the end of the day, over these new resistance levels and kind of remount this 102.25 area and kind of hold it. That's going to be the goal for tomorrow. I'm going to be looking for a long in this, and I'll most likely have shares ready to hold for a longer swing trade on this, but this is still going to be on my watch for a day trade tomorrow because it has found this nice little base, and hopefully this long-term support is going to play out, and somebody's got to cover eventually here. We've had a very exhausting 4 days, so really like to see some covers here, and like there's a huge cover pop back here. It got shut down at this resistance level at 106.80, came back down, hit that 101. So I look for the reclaim of this 102.25 run up, and hopefully you might get 1 test to the 200 EMA, maybe even 2, before it creates a couple lower highs and remounts the 200 EMA, and look for a long position there. Last but not least, we have NKTR that we traded today. This is also going to be a swing trade idea. I'm going to have some shares. I'm going to be day trading this tomorrow, as well as depending on the movement, which I'll kind of call out in chat if I'm going to leave some shares on. But this thing really has a nice curl up going to it, and we had 1 little slight rejection to the 200 EMA today. It's kind of shied it real bad. You can see these wicks, and then reclaimed 50 and VWAP, and then into after hours here it kind of had a little gap up. So a little green there, and I'd like to see what it does in pre-market levels here. Hopefully holding this 55.93 yesterday's close number, and continuing to day trade. So you're just gonna have to watch that today's highs right around this 56 level, where all this resistance is, really selling wicks are. I'd like to see this thing curl up, break that, reclaim the 200, and then this first target for me would be this $60 and some change mark to take some profit. But we're going to see how it reacts to the levels tomorrow, and maybe leave some shares on for swing on NKTR. That's what I got for you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the morning.